He was young, rising, and suddenly gone. At just 33, a Hollywood actor who once shared the screen with icons like Angelina Jolie and John Travolta has left fans stunned. There was no warning, no public struggle, just a heartbreaking announcement from his brother that raised more questions than answers. With the cause still undisclosed and an active investigation in British Columbia, everyone is asking the same thing. What really happened to Spencer Lofranco? Spencer Lofranco's rise wasn't slow. It was almost instant. Born in Toronto in 1992, he stepped into Hollywood in 2013 with At Middleton, a small romantic comedy that quietly introduced him to the industry. But what really turned heads was his next move. Just a year later, he landed the lead role in Jamesy Boy, a gritty crime drama where critics praised his raw, unfiltered intensity. It's rare for a young newcomer to be noticed this quickly, but directors and casting teams saw something in him, a calm, focused talent who didn't need noise to make an impact. And while his career looked like it was building momentum, there were parts of his journey that fans would only learn much later. His momentum only grew from there. In 2014, Spencer landed a role most young actors could only dream about, playing Harry Brooks in Angelina Jolie's World War II drama Unbroken. The film had a screenplay written by the legendary Coen brothers, and suddenly this quiet newcomer was standing shoulder to shoulder with some of Hollywood's biggest names. He worked alongside Andy Garcia, Vera Farmiga, and later, John Travolta in the 2018 crime biopic Gotti, where he portrayed John Gotti Jr. The film even premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and for a moment, it felt like Spencer was right on the edge of a major breakthrough. Online buzz around his potential started growing, with fans calling him one of the actors to watch. But after his biggest role, something unexpected happened. After Gotti, something changed. Spencer didn't appear in another major film, and by 2021 he had quietly moved to Surrey, British Columbia, far from the Hollywood spotlight. There was no announcement, no explanation, just a sudden shift in his life that left fans guessing. Online, people offered their own theories, though none were confirmed. Some suggested he might have stepped back due to burnout, while others believed he simply wanted privacy after years of intense work. But whatever he was facing, he kept it to himself. Then came the news no one expected. Spencer passed away at just 33. His cause of death wasn't released, and according to TMZ, authorities in British Columbia have launched an active investigation. The only public message came from his brother Santino, who wrote a heartbreaking tribute. "You lived a life only some could dream of. Now you are with God." It was a message filled with love, but also a final reminder of how much about Spencer's life in his last years the world never truly saw. Spencer Lofranco's story is one of talent that arrived early, burned brightly, and ended far too soon. In just a few years, he worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood and proved he had the range and depth many actors spent decades chasing. Yet even with all that promise, his sudden passing leaves behind more questions than answers, and a silence that feels heavier because of how private his journey became. As fans look back on his work, they're reminded of how unpredictable life can be, and how some rising stars leave their mark long before the world is ready to let them go. Spencer may be gone, but the performances he left behind continued to speak for him.